I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing. Beware the barrenness of a busy life. I know that I am intelligent, because I know that I know nothing. He is richest who is content with the least, for content is the wealth of nature. True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us. Death may be the greatest of all human blessings. True knowledge exists in knowing that you know nothing. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. A system of morality which is based on relative emotional values is a mere illusion, a thoroughly vulgar conception which has nothing sound in it and nothing true. I know nothing except the fact of my ignorance. Once made equal to man, woman becomes his superior. The end of life is to be like God, and the soul following God will be like him. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings, so that you shall gain easily what others have labored hard for. The way to gain a good reputation is to endeavor to be what you desire to appear. Let him that would move the world first move himself. He is a man of courage who does not run away, but remains at his post and fights against the enemy. It is not living that matters, but living rightly. No evil can happen to a good man, either in life or after death. He and his are not neglected by the gods. Not life, but good life is to be chiefly valued. One who is injured ought not to return the injury, for on no account can it be right to do an injustice, and it is not right to return an injury or to do evil to any man, however much we have suffered from him. False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the soul with evil. I decided that it was not wisdom that enabled poets to write their poetry, but a kind of instinct or inspiration, such as you find in seers and prophets who deliver all their sublime messages without knowing in the least what they mean. As to marriage or celibacy, let a man take which course he will be sure to repent. Where there is reverence, there is fear, but there is not reverence everywhere that there is fear, because fear presumably has a wider extension than reverence. To know is to know that you know nothing. That is the meaning of true knowledge. I only wish that ordinary people had an unlimited capacity for doing harm, then they might have an unlimited power for doing good. Beauty is the bait which with delight allures man to enlarge his kind. The poets are only the interpreters of the gods. Ordinary people seem not to realize that those who really apply themselves in the right way to philosophy are directly and of their own accord preparing themselves for dying and death. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. By all means, marry. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. Be slow to fall into friendship, but when thou art in, continue firm and constant. If all misfortunes were laid in one common heap, whence everyone must take an equal portion, most people would be contented to take their own and depart. When desire, having rejected reason, and overpowered judgment, which leads to right, is set in the direction of the pleasure which beauty can inspire, and when again under the influence of its kindred desires it is moved with violent motion towards the beauty of corporeal forms, it acquires a surname from this very violent motion, and is called love. We are in fact convinced that if we are ever to have pure knowledge of anything, we must get rid of the body and contemplate things by themselves, with the soul by itself. It seems, to judge from the argument, that the wisdom which we desire and upon which we profess to have set our hearts will be attainable only when we are dead, and not in our lifetime. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. I was afraid that by observing objects with my eyes, and trying to comprehend them with each of my other senses, might blind my soul altogether. Wars and revolutions and battles are due simply and solely to the body and its desires. All wars are undertaken for the acquisition of wealth, and the reason why we have to acquire wealth is the body, because we are slaves in its service.